As soon as I turned 18, my whole world got flipped upside down by a guy who was equal parts terrifying and gorgeous. He was burning with a rage I didn't understand. He tied me up and said, "Tonight, you're mine." I was petrified. But then something crazy happened. I started to feel things I'd never felt before. By the end, even he was shocked. To hear how this wild story ends, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. My name is Mia. When I hit my senior year of high school, I felt alive. I loved the attention. If a guy checked me out at the mall, I'd smile. My best friend Chloe used to warn me, "Mia, chill out. You're going to attract the wrong kind of attention." But I didn't listen. I liked the feeling of being noticed. It made me feel confident and grown up. One Tuesday, I had to get to community college for my morning class. My dad was out of town on a business trip, so for the first time, I had to book my own ride. I used a rideshare app on my phone. My mum was a nervous wreck. "Mia, I don't like this. Let me drive you," she pleaded. "Mum, I'm an adult now," I laughed, rolling my eyes. "It's just a ride. Don't worry so much." Honestly, I was a little excited. It felt like an adventure. When the car pulled up, it was a grey sedan. The driver was a guy, maybe mid-20s. I was wearing a cute denim skirt. On a whim, I hopped in the front seat next to him. I saw him glance at my legs, and instead of being creeped out, a little part of me felt good. I tossed my hair and said, "Thanks for coming. Let's go." He kept sneaking looks at me the whole time. I pretended to scroll through my phone, but I was secretly enjoying the attention. Then I looked up. We weren't on the freeway anymore. We were on a bumpy back road. My stomach dropped. Hey," I said, trying to keep my voice steady. "I think you missed the turn. This isn't the way to the college." He just smiled, but it wasn't a nice smile, just a shortcut. Traffic was a nightmare on the 405. "Don't worry, we'll be there in 10. I tried to focus on my phone, but a cold dread was seeping in. 10 minutes later, the car stopped in the middle of nowhere. It was a deserted field, not my campus. The driver just pointed. "Get out." "What?" "No, this isn't." Before I could even finish, he reached over, opened my door, and practically pushed me out. He sped away, leaving me standing alone on a gravel road, my heart hammering in my chest. Panic started to set in. No service, no houses. What was I going to do? Just then, I saw a dust cloud in the distance. A car. A black Jeep Wrangler was heading my way. I jumped and waved my arms frantically. The Jeep slowed to a stop. A guy got out. He was tall, with dark hair and intense eyes. He looked at me, then at the empty road. "What are you doing all the way out here? This is private property." My words tumbled out in a rush. I told him about the rideshare driver, about being abandoned. He just stared at me, skeptical. "You got to be kidding me." I dug out my student ID from my backpack and showed him. "Please, I'm not lying. I just need a ride back to town, to the college." He studied my ID, then looked at me. Finally, he nodded. "All right, get in." I hopped into the passenger seat, relief washing over me. As he drove, he looked over at me. "You're really pretty, you know that? But it's not safe. A pretty girl like you, alone in a place like this. You could get kidnapped." The word hung in the air, making my blood run cold. I forced a laugh. "I'm glad you stopped then." He smiled again. "I want to show you the finer things in life." My relief vanished. "What are you talking about?" "You'll see." He suddenly jerked the wheel, turning onto an even narrower, unpaved path that led towards some old farm buildings. "Hey, where are you going?" "This isn't the way back to the city." He just looked at me, his eyes cold. "Relax. You go to school every day. Time to live a little." He pulled up to a secluded farmhouse, hidden behind some old oak trees. Fear clawed at my throat. "Why did you bring me here?" "I need to get to class." He laughed. A harsh sound. "Class? Girl, this was your destination all along. I paid that rideshare driver to drop you off here. You fell right into my trap. The cat's in the house now." I stared at him, my mouth dry. You kidnapped me? Why? I'm 18, not a child. What do you want? His eyes raked over me, and I felt sick. I see you. At the coffee shop near your school. You wear those short skirts. You smile at everyone. You have no idea what that does to a guy. I've been watching you for weeks, waiting for the chance. You always left with your dad. Today, you were alone. Anger flared through my fear. I shoved him and tried to run for the door, but he was faster. He grabbed my arm, his grip like iron, and yanked me back. There's no escape. I've been planning this. You're mine now. A complete stranger had just admitted to stalking and kidnapping me. I didn't know his name. His face was only vaguely familiar. I tried to reason with him. Look, we can be friends, okay? Just let me go, and I won't tell anyone. He just laughed. Friends? I didn't go through all this for friendship. Something snapped in me. Don't you dare touch me. I screamed, launching myself at him. I was fighting for my life. He tried to pin me down, and a violent struggle began. He threw me onto an old bed in the corner, his weight pressing me down. I fought back with everything I had, scratching, biting his hand when he tried to cover my mouth, pulling his hair. He was strong, way stronger than me. Just because I like to laugh and talk with guys doesn't mean I'm easy. It doesn't mean anyone can touch me. I was screaming in my head, I will not let him win. He started kissing my neck, and I thrashed, turning my face away. He let go of my mouth, and his hand started roaming, tracing down my side. When his hand moved to my thigh, a weird, dizzying feeling washed over me. My body, which had been rigid with fight, started to feel strange, weak. A shiver ran through me that had nothing to do with fear. He caressed my leg, and for a second, the room swam. A weird electric current seemed to pulse through me. He slowly slid his hand higher, under my skirt, and I just stopped fighting. The will to resist just melted away, replaced by a confusing, intense wave of sensation. I couldn't move. I couldn't think. I was completely lost in this new, overwhelming feeling. He must have felt my body go limp, because he let go of my wrists. And that's when the tears came, silent and hot, streaming down my face. He stopped. He looked at my tears, and something in his fierce expression shifted. He leaned down and softly kissed the tears from my cheeks. When I opened my eyes, they were red and wet. He just stared at me for a long moment, then slowly got off me, looking stunned and confused. But I reached out and caught his hand. He looked at me, his eyes wide with surprise. I sat up. I was beyond thought, beyond reason. Without a word, I just wrapped my arms around him and held on tight. He was shocked, frozen for a second. Then his arms wrapped around me, and he was kissing me again, but this time it felt different. Desperate. I whispered against his lips, just, don't go too far. I'm right here. He made love to me then, but it was surprisingly tender. Afterward, he just said, stay here. I'll make us some coffee. He came back with 2 mugs and some crackers. I sipped the coffee, a weird sense of calm settling over me. I still didn't know who he was. He finally broke the silence. Mia, I hated you. I had a plan. I was going to ruin you, then dump you back on your front lawn. But when you fought me, and then you cried, and then you held me, I don't know what happened. I just couldn't. This guy had me trapped in his farmhouse. Can you just take me home now? I asked quietly. He shook his head, his jaw tightening. Don't even think about it. You're not going anywhere. My heart clenched with fear again. Why me? Who was he? I asked, my voice trembling. What's your name? He looked at me. Jake. I racked my brain. Jake? It didn't ring a bell. Why do you hate me so much? He leaned in, his eyes full of a fresh old pain, an eye for an eye. He kissed me again, rough and possessive. I didn't resist. I couldn't. Hours passed. It got dark. My family must be losing their minds. My mum, my dad, my older brother, Mark. They'd be frantic. I begged him, please, Jake, it's night. My mum is probably hysterical. My brother is probably out looking for me. He'll be so angry. Have some pity. His face hardened. Does your family have any pity? Do they care about anyone but themselves? I was terrified. Do you have a problem with my family? Please, just tell me. Maybe I can help. He practically spat his next words. The same rotten blood flows in your veins. Don't push me, or I'll do things to you that'll give you nightmares. He stormed out, locking the door behind him. I broke down sobbing. I was a mess. Then a sliver of determination cut through the despair. I had to find something. I searched the room. It was his bedroom. In a drawer, I found a photo. It was him, with a pretty blonde girl. His girlfriend, I assumed. Why would he kidnap me if he had a girl that beautiful? When he came back later, bringing a sandwich, I held up the photo. Your girlfriend is gorgeous. Why are you doing this to me? Think about how she'd feel. Just let me go. I'll say I ran away. He snatched the photo from my hand, his face crumbling. He stared at it, and his eyes welled up with tears. Something in me softened. Without thinking, I went to him and hugged him. Why are you crying? Who is she? He looked at me, his voice breaking. She was my sister. I looked at the photo again, his sister. He was silent as he led me to the small kitchen table. Is she married? I asked softly. He shook his head, his eyes full of sorrow. She's gone. She killed herself. And your brother is the reason. Tears sprang to my eyes. What? No, that's impossible. I don't even know your sister. It's your brother Mark, he said, his voice flat. He was dating my sister Sarah. He used her, got her pregnant, and then dumped her like she was nothing. She begged him to marry her, but he just laughed. She couldn't handle the shame, the whispers. She took her own life. She died in my arms. A cold realization hit me. Sarah? Mark had a girlfriend named Sarah a couple years ago, but he never told me what happened. He just said they broke up. Jake's grief turned to anger again. Broke up? He destroyed her. I planned this to make him feel the same pain. I was going to do the same to you and then leave you so your family would know the same public humiliation. Now I felt a new emotion, a cold, hard anger of my own. Not at Jake, but at my brother. Fine, I said, my voice steady. If that's what you need to do to get your revenge on him, then do it. But if I get pregnant, I'm not going to kill myself. I'll have the baby. Tonight, I'm yours. I walked back into the bedroom. He followed me. Do you know what you're saying? He asked, his voice rough. I know my brother did a horrible thing, I said. I can't bring Sarah back. And it wasn't just his fault, but he's my brother. If your hatred needs this to end, then show me how much you hate my family. He didn't need to be told twice. He came at me, and this time there was no tenderness. It was pure, raw, grieving rage. He was rough, he was merciless, using my body to vent all his pain and fury. I let him. I took it all, hoping it would drain some of the poison from his soul. He played out his revenge all night long. When pale morning light crept into the room, I was exhausted, both physically and emotionally. He was lying next to me, staring at the ceiling. You wanted to see my hatred, he whispered. Now you have. Get ready, I'll take you home. But I recorded everything. Don't even think about going to the cops, or this video goes viral. Don't threaten me, I said quietly, getting dressed. He drove me in silence back to my suburban neighborhood. He stopped the car down the street from my house. Get out, he said, not looking at me. Tears pricked my eyes. I put my hand on the door handle, my heart aching with a pain I couldn't name. As I started to open the door, he grabbed my wrist. Wait. He looked at me, his eyes conflicted. I'm coming with you. My eyes widened in shock. He got out and walked with me to my front door. The moment I stepped inside, my mum and dad rushed to me, sobbing with relief. My brother Mark was right behind them, his face a mixture of worry and anger. Mia. Where the hell have you been? We've been going crazy, he yelled. Then Jake stepped in from behind me. She was with me. Mark's face went pale, then flushed bright red with rage. You. What the hell are you doing near my sister? Jake stood his ground. his voice calm and cold. Just what you did to my sister. You made her pregnant and left her to die. Did you think I'd just forget about Sarah? My mum gasped. My dad looked between them, stunned. My mum grabbed my arm. Mia, baby, what did he do to you? I looked at my brother, then at Jake. He didn't do anything I didn't allow, Mum. When he told me what Mark did to his sister, I made my own choice. And I think I love him. Jake's hard expression melted. He took my hand, his eyes full of a new, softer emotion. Mia, I didn't mean to. I was so lost in my grief and anger. I wanted to make your brother hurt the way I hurt. But you're not him. You're innocent in all this. I'm sorry. Tears welled in his eyes, and I squeezed his hand. I looked at my brother, whose face was a mask of guilt and shame. I guess it really is an eye for an eye, Mark, I said. You took his sister. Now he's going to marry yours. A tiny smile touched Jake's lips. My brother started to protest. Like hell you will. Jake cut him off. It's already done, man. The only thing left is the wedding. There's nothing you can do to stop us. Hand in hand, we walked out the front door, leaving my stunned family staring after us. Whoa, what a crazy ride, right? Did not see that ending coming. Let me know in the comments what you thought of Mia and Jake's story. And if you want more stories like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.